everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a 25 books I want to read in 2025. I have my list right here. I also have some rereads that I want to do in 2025, but let's get started. Okay, these are not going to be like in any specific order. This is just as I was writing them down, trying to figure out like what exactly I wanted to read. So I'm not going to read them in this order. This is just 25 books I want to read in 2025. Okay, so first we have Six of Crows. I got the duology, I think it's a duology, for Christmas. So I want to start that series. Everyone talks about it. I want to read it, so... Okay, next that I have on the list is Outlander. I think I've been talking about Outlander a little bit. I don't know. I've watched the show, but I just want to read it and see what the hype is about. Obviously, if they made a show out of it, it has to be a good book, so I want to read that. Next is Beartown. Okay, a lot of my favorite YouTubers read this book, and they love it. So again, I want to see what the hype is about. Apparently, it's really sad, so, like, I just want to see what it's about. Okay, so The Nightingale, I've been wanting to read it. I got me and my two friends it for Christmas because we all talked about wanting to read it. So I think that's kind of higher up on the list of wanting to read, but we'll see because it is long and it's not a normal book, like, genre that I would read, so we'll see. Red Queen is the next one. I really want to read Red Queen because everyone said Powerless is like copy and paste of Red Queen, and I really liked Powerless, so I kind of want to read what... I don't know if she was inspired by the book for real, but I just want to see what Red Queen's about, you know? Okay, number 6 that I have on the list is Crown of Midnight. I think that's the second book in the Throne of Glass series, depending on what way you read it, because I did read Throne of Glass, so I obviously want to continue the series. That's another, like, goal I have for the year is to complete series that I've started, because I still need to finish ACOTAR because I haven't read Silver Flame yet. Magnolia Parks, Boys of Tommen, like, there's Addicted series, like, there's so many series that I need to finish, so that's another goal for the year. But for 25 books that I want to read in 2025, Crown of Midnight is next on the list, obviously because everyone loves freaking Throne of Glass, and I want to know what's going on, you know? Okay. Next is A Little Life, because I've had this book on my shelf for, like, probably 2 years now. And again, everyone reads this book and they like cry their eyes out. And I like a sad book. I want to feel something when I read. So that is on the list. And I really want to read it soon, but I'm scared it's going to put me in a slump. Not in like the book is bad way. Like it's like the book is going to make me depressed way. So we'll see. Okay, next I have Nothing Like the Movies. I think this is the second book in the Better Than the Movies series. I don't know exactly... I've only read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, so I don't know her whole, like, how her things go and what order I should read them in, but basically I just want to read the next book after Better Than the Movies because I loved that book so much. It was so sweet and so cute, so I just want maybe just a fun little romance to break up some of the sad fantasies and, you know, other books that I have going on here, so that's another one on the list, and I think I could get through that one pretty quick because I read Better Than the Movies in, like, a day and a half. At work. So next we have Caraval because I loved Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I didn't know you were supposed to read Caraval first because all I heard about was Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I want to go back and read obviously Caraval because you're supposed to read that first. I just don't know if I'm gonna like it as much as Once Upon a Broken Heart, obviously because I know everything that happens, but I do want to read it, and I do have Caraval on my physical TBR, so definitely want to get to that this year. Okay, and then number 10 I have A Court of Silver Flames, because obviously I need to finish the ACOTAR series. The only reason why I haven't read it yet, the only reason I hadn't gotten to it in 2024 is because I wasn't reading anything in third person, because I was purely a first POV reader, because that's all I had read in the past. But obviously I've read a few third person, and it doesn't affect me now. Like, I can read any of them, but when I first started reading, I think it was Once Upon a Broken Heart was the first series I read in third person. It took me a little longer to read the books. Not that it was hard to read, I just wasn't reading them like, you know? So that's the only reason why I haven't read A Quarter of Silver Flames yet, because 1, it was in third person, and 2, I like read the first 4 books a year and a half ago, so I was like removed from that world. So A Court of Silver Flames is on the list as well. Okay, number 11, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I'm like probably 300 pages into this book. I love the Magnolia Park series so much. I think it's probably top 3 series for me. It literally just like breaks my heart, but like I don't know how to even explain it. You just have to read it to understand. Because I think I like a more character driven than plot driven story, and I feel like that's kind of what Magnolia Parks is. Like you're just following the characters through their lives. It's kind of like reality TV. And I finished The Great Undoing, and then I went immediately into Magnolia Parks. And it's kind of hard for me to do that with the series because it's like Daisy Hates, and then you switch over to Magnolia Parks, obviously. So it's like 2 different like timelines, same timeline, but like 2 different point of views that you're reading from. And so it's kind of hard for me because to like be such in the like the Daisy and Christian and Julian world and then move over to Magnolia BJ, like that kind of. So I think I started it, got through a lot of it, and then I was like, okay, I'm starting not to read anything. Like I started taking longer breaks in between readings. I was like, okay, let me pick up something different and I'll come back to it. I always come back to it. But I definitely want to finish the Into the Dark, and then like I want to buy the new covers for Magnolia Parks, the series, because I want to like go through and reread and like deeply annotate them because I love them so much. Okay, next, number 12 I have is New Moon, because as y'all know, if you've watched some of my other videos, I started the Twilight series. I've only read the first one. Obviously, I've seen the movies hundreds of times, like one of my favorite movie series. So I want to continue reading the books, obviously. So I bought them on Thrift Books. I think I showed that on one of the videos. So I have all of them, so I just need to read them. The first one was really easy to get through, so I feel like that can be a book that if I'm not wanting to read anything, just pick that up and get through it quickly. Next, this is number 13. Lightlark, because everyone has been talking about this series, and I think Nightbane came out, and I don't know if the 3rd one's out or if it's like about to be out. But I really want to read it. I got it for Christmas, so that's probably pretty high on the list for me to read. And I'll probably read it sooner than some of the others because I've been wanting to read it so badly. I don't even know what it's about. Like, I could not tell you a single thing. I really want to read it, and I'm really excited to. The next one, Phantasma, because, again, everyone has been talking about it. That's my reason for a lot of books that I read is, like, if they're popular, I'm going to read it. It just motivates me more to read it if a lot of people like it. So, Phantasma, because I think Sarah Caroli read this, and maybe Heather that I watch on YouTube. I don't know. A friend got it for me for Christmas, but that's definitely high on the list as well. Number 15, I want to read Happy Place. And in my last video, if you watched it, or one of the videos if you've watched, I didn't like Beach Read, and that's the only Emily Henry book I've read. But Happy Place really intrigues me for some reason. Every time someone talks about it, I'm like, oh, I want to read that. And the cover's just gorgeous. So I want to read Happy Place, but I think that's lower on the list for me to read because I didn't love Beach Read. Not that one book from an author, you know, that's not what all their books are like gonna be like. But I want to give her another chance and see if it was just me and the mood that I was in, because I was in a slump when I read it. But okay, Happy Place I want to read this year, or another Emily Henry book, but there's just some of them I'm like not as interested in. But Happy Place. Okay, Daisy Jones and the Six, because I've had this on my freaking TBR for probably 4 years now, and I want to watch the TV show, but I need to read the book first. I have it, so I need to read it, and it's like in like a play format, right? Like, I don't know, but I want to read it really bad because I really want to watch the show, but if I watch the show first, I'm not going to read the book. Okay, and then Heartstopper, because I think it'd be a good like filler book, could try to catch up to my reading goal books, you know, like just the whole series, because I think they're comics. My friend read them and she loved them, and then a few of people I watch on YouTube and TikTok read them and loved them, so I think that would be a good like filler book for in between fantasies or sad books, and or just to catch up to my reading goal at the end of the year, you know? So, oh, number 18 is, I think it's Rebel Witch is the title for The Heartless Hunter, or Crimson Moth, like the sequel to that book. I think it comes out in February. When I tell you I am so excited, I think I have it on Kindle. I don't know what I have it on. I want to buy the physical book just to have it because I loved that book so much. So, Rebel Witch, I think that's what it's called. Heartless Hunter, Crimson Moth, the sequel, whatever the title it was. Because it had 2 different titles in it. I don't know. Anyways, very excited to read that book because I need to know what happens, and I'm ready to see Gideon again. Okay? 19 is Onyx Storm, because it's the 3rd book in the 4th Wing whatever the series is called. I just call it The Fourth Wing, whatever. Onyx Storm, that comes out soon, like in January. I think me and my friends are gonna go to a midnight release or like get it the day of. I don't know. Don't count me on that. I do need to reread before I read Onyx Storm because Iron Flame confused the heck out of me. Like, I don't remember. I remember the ending. I remember the book, but like I don't any of the politics or anything that was happening. I don't really remember. So I feel like I should reread it so I can get the full experience for Onyx Storm. And I think they're on Kindle Unlimited right now. So I think I'm going to do that soon. I don't know if I'm going to read it in January, but I want to read it this year. We're on number 20, and it's Saving Six. It's what I'm reading right now. I think I'm like 65% through. I also love the Boys of Tommen series. I didn't realize how much I liked Boys of Tommen and Magnolia Parks until like December of 24. I don't know why. It's probably because I just started like finishing up the series. Boys of Tommen is like, it's kind of the same thing as with Magnolia Parks. It like breaks my heart, but I love it so much and I love the characters. I feel like I am like, they're my best friends, you know? Like every day I'm just like thinking, I'm like, what are they doing right now? You know? Even though like they're not real, but in my head they're real. So Saving Six, I just want to, when I put one book in the series, I want to read the rest of the series, but like obviously I can only put 25 books for 2025. So Saving Six, and then on with the Boys of Tommen series. Oh, The 7-Year Slip. I want to read because I think it got a lot of hype this year. I guess it was like in the summer of, I say this year, I'm in 2025. It got a lot of hype in 2024, so I want to see what it's about. And the storyline is very intriguing. So, it's about like the magic apartment or something. Like is it an apartment? Is that this one? Or is it, I don't know. She like finds the love of her life and then she goes in time and she has to find him again or something like that. Anyways, I want to read it. It seems very intriguing. I just need to know what happens. Oh, Ricochet. Is that the second in the Addicted series? Ricochet? Anyways, I think what I meant to do is like I want to read the next book in the Addicted series. I've only read the first one. Didn't love it, but like I think a lot of people say that. So, and this girl I follow on TikTok, she's reading the Addicted series right now and she's like giggling, kicking her feet, reading some of the books further into this series. And again, I have FOMO, so I need to know what's happening. So, I do want to read that. And I think they're on Kindle Unlimited, or they were. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, number 23 is Lights Out. I don't know who this is by, but this was kind of going around on TikTok because I think the audiobook is apparently really good. I think it's a stalker, but like not. For some reason, I think he has cameras in her house, but I think it was an accident. I don't know. So, but everyone was like eating up the audiobook, so I want to listen to the audiobook, obviously. Okay, number 24 is All Roads Lead Here because Heather on YouTube and TikTok, I follow her on, I think on everything, she loves this book and she was recommending it. I think she reread it again in 2024 and she was just like, this is just she loves it. So I was like, I trust her opinion, so I want to read it. And I've never read I think that's by Mariana Zapata. I don't know how you say her. And I've never read one of those before, so, of her books. So I need to get into it. I know they're slow burn, and I don't know how I feel about slow burn, because sometimes I get bored, but sometimes I love it, so we'll see if I like her slow burns or not. Okay, number 25 that I didn't realize how fast we got through that, is Zodiac Academy, because there's a lot of mixed opinions about it, and again, I just need to find out for myself. I think I'm gonna eat it up, because sometimes I just like the trashy, cringy, like, Wattpad style books, and I think this is kind of a fantasy book. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I've just had some mixed opinions on it of people that I watch, so I want to know what happens. And it's a long series, so obviously some people love it. If it's like, I think it's like 8 books or something. I don't know how many. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm really uneducated in the Zodiac Academy lore, but they're on Kindle Unlimited, so I do want to read them. That's the 25 books that I want to read in 2025. Now, we're going to go on to the books I want to reread which I kind of already talked about. But so rereads that I want to do this year, it's mainly series that I read like 2 years ago or something, or a year and a half ago. So I want to reread the ACOTAR series because obviously, and I want to go through and like annotate it and like really understand all the foreshadowing, like since I know what happens and you know, all the things. So I want to reread ACOTAR. Like I said earlier, I want to reread Fourth Wing and like Iron Flame before I read Onyx Storm, just because to get the full experience, I feel like I should reread it because I read those like in 2023. So I just feel like I should reread them both. I want to finish Magnolia Parks Into the Dark and then reread Magnolia Parks at some point this year and like go through and annotate like I said. And then same with Boys of Tommen. I want to finish all the books that are out and then go through and reread and annotate them just because these are my favorite series. Oh, well, I want to reread Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but like that already holds such a special place in my heart. Like I don't know if I need to reread it just yet, you know? So I think these are just like some of my top series that I love, and I read them a while ago besides a few of Magnolia Parks and Boys of Tommen that have like just really good quotes and like stuff that I want to go through and just like annotate and like reread and like refresh everything that happened in both of them or all of them. Okay, the only reason why I want to reread Fourth Wing is because Onyx Storm is coming out and like I said, I need a refresh. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be rereading it because I don't really care to annotate that one. I do love Fourth Wing, but it's not above like ACOTAR or Once Upon a Broken Heart for me. And the reason I want to reread ACOTAR is because I read it like 2 years ago. Like I remember what happens, but I don't. So I need to like go through and refresh, obviously. And then Magnolia Parks and Boys of Tommen, I think those are my top 2 series in like ever. I guess like romance, contemporary romance, whatever genre those would be under. And I just love them so much. And I think that's why I want to reread them because I literally, whatever they're feeling, I'm feeling in my heart. So I want to go through, and like I said, I need to get the new covers of the Magnolia Park series because I want to annotate those because I have the OG covers and I don't want to touch those. Don't want to touch them. They're going to stay perfect where they are up there. So I want to buy the new covers and like reread and annotate those. And then I need to buy the Boys of Tommen. I don't have any of the physical books of Boys of Tommen. I just read them on Kindle and bought them on my Kindle or whatever. So I want to buy those and then annotate those. I don't know which one I want to do first. I feel like right now I want to do Boys of Tommen, but I'm also reading Boys of Tommen. So we'll see how I feel in like when I'm done. Probably in like a month or two. We'll see. We'll come back and see how I'm feeling. I also want to get through a lot of my physical TBR, and I kind of did pretty good this past year on it because I haven't bought any books. Any books that I have that I bought, it's like I've read them on Kindle and I just needed the physical copy, or I got them as gifts. So I do want to try to get through a lot of my physical TBR because I feel not, I guess guilty, but not guilty. Like I just feel like all the books on my shelf I should have read, you know? Like why are they on my shelf if I haven't read them? So that's where we're at so far. So those are 25 books I want to read in 2025 and the rereads that I want to do in 25. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!